I've been through so much in my life that I wasn't meant to live an average or mediocre life. I wasn't meant to be homeless. I wasn't meant not to have. So for me, like I said, I went from special ed to a special ed teacher. I went from not speaking, from speechless to a motivational speaker. I went from homeless to a homeowner. So for me, it's just about righting the wrongs, not letting someone else tell my story. And that's the whole part about my life. But I try to give back to my community and give back to the people because it's not, it shouldn't be a secret, because it's not. It's not like a members only club. It's this thing where no matter where you're at, whether you're an adult or you're a kid, passion, hunger, and drive is in all of us. It's about bringing that greatness out of you. Bringing that fact of what makes you really tick. What makes you get up in the morning? What makes you rise and grind? What makes you wanna, work all night and get up early in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning? What would make you? I don't even sleep no more. I swear I take vision. I take naps and have visions about what's gonna happen. Because when you dream, are you dreaming about a fantasy that won't happen, or are you dreaming about a vision about what's going to come?
The phrase, "tough times don't last, tough people do," has followed Malik throughout his whole entire life. While overcoming obstacles he faced during his childhood, Malik has become a strong voice for inspiring people, especially youth, to stay on the track to success. He is now a motivational speaker, behavior specialist, as well as a consultant.
Please welcome Malik to the podium. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. I know he's going to give a great message. Give him a great academic achievements. Welcome, Malik Champlin,
A big thing that I push is passion, hunger, and drive. It's an organization I have now, but a passion, hunger, and drive, the reason why I say that is because before I had passion, hunger, and drive, I had pain, hatred, and destruction.
Because I was a victim, right? I felt like I was the victim to everything that happened to me, right? So I laid the groundwork for what, I used to walk on. My mom had me when she was 17, got pregnant at 16. Back then, 1985, she was a junior in high school. They didn't let her finish.
My mother went from scrubbing toilets at Foxwoods, like I put it on everything, scrubbing toilets at Foxwoods, to making 6 figures as an IT director. And for me to see the progress of her and how hard she had to work 2, 3 jobs back in the day when we used to be on welfare in Brooklyn.
She is the reason why I had to keep going. The reason why I couldn't let anybody who told me I couldn't do something, anybody who put a limit on me, the reason why I had to keep striving for greatness.
And to see that her getting 6 figures and her making her way up, and as not only a female, but also in an area that doesn't have a lot of minorities in it, it spoke volumes to her credibility and why I would listen. So I use her as a catalyst to push me up, her as the blueprint,
You're gonna bend. There are gonna be times where you fall and stumble, but you gotta get back up. Life is all about getting back up. It's about taking that hit, taking the hit that life gives you. It's gonna give you your hardest hit, boom! But can you get back up and keep moving forward?
I once heard that it's hard to be the man who never quit, and that's one of my things that I pride myself on. It's hard work, dedication, and the idea that once I put myself to something, I'm gonna do it.
What you are now is nothing. It's not even 10% compared to what you can be, what you will be in 5 years, in 10 years. So make sure you sacrifice now for the betterment of what you can be. So you can't have $1 million dreams and minimum wage work ethic. Right? Let that sink in. You can't want front row seats at the Garden, but your work ethic is nosebleeds.
Whatever you want to be, you can be. But you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to pay a price. But if you're willing to pay that price, you're willing not to let go, the world is yours.
But I had to get over the fear, and then I had to apply work, right? So you have to speak into existence, and then you have to apply the work necessary for it to happen.
If your dreams are bigger than your fears, because every day I have the fear. Every time I go to speak, that little kid has that fear, but I put him to bed. Every day. Every time I step up there, I put in the bed.
I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I wanted to give and empower people who were like me, who were the underdog, who were told that they would be nothing. That's what I wanted to do. So I spoke it. I spoke life into it. I made it a reality.
Because for me, as you can tell, I get so passionate about playing basketball. I love the game. I love the feeling I played in college of, thousands of people yelling your name. That feeling that you get that like, this moment, this time is my time. This is my moment. I'm gonna put it all on the line, right? There's no feeling like that. And when I graduated college, I remember trying to find that feeling. And when I get to speak, and when I'm able to get up there and I'm able to, all eyes on me, and it's quiet, and you hear every word.
You can't do your best. No. You have to do whatever it takes. You have to have that wit. When I mean that wit, whatever it takes.
And my objective is to motivate the unmotivated, to inspire the people who need to be inspired, to push people from average to good, from good to great, from great to unstoppable, relentless.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
There's something inside of me about giving to people that in which people try to take from me. Giving people the fact that I'm living proof of the American dream. I'm living proof that no matter what people do to you, as long as you don't let them destroy you, as long as you bend but never break, that at the end of the day, you'll survive. And once you survive, you can thrive. But you just have to weather the storm.
My passion, my hunger, my drive. I am powerful. I am fearless. I am unstoppable. My dreams will become a reality. Thank you and God bless.
So this is how I like to introduce myself. I am the unspoken words of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I represent the brother that rocks chains and those that write checks. I'm the wind in the forest that whispers the story of my people. I'm that person in the kitchen they wouldn't serve because I wasn't their equal. I'm the beautiful voice praising the Lord in the gospel choir. I'm the repercussions of racism and black power. I'm the original man, the beauty of God's greatest creation. I'm the beating heart of a race that will not accept annihilation. I'm the blood of a king and son of a queen. I'm that melanin in my skin that lets me skip the sunscreen. I'm the soul and soul food, the swag and swagger. I'm freedom's song, that crack in liberty's bell. I'm the last dying breath of Trayvon and Emmett Till. Hate in this country, hate in my country, it spreads like a disease. I'm the untold stories of those brothers hanging from trees. Black on black crime, it doesn't start with a trigger. It's the Willie Lynch theory. We call ourselves niggas. I'm the last of a dying breed, a man not afraid to roll up his sleeves. Parents, stop buying your kids sneakers versus a book to read. Men, stop running out on your families. We got a ship to lead. I'm the March on Washington where King had a dream. I'm the 1968 protest team. I'm the re-education of the miseducated Negro. From high school to jail, that is the new Jim Crow. My mother raised a strong black man, not a follower, but a leader. Look me in my eyes. I am my brother's keeper. I tell them, follow me, like the slaves did the North Star. I am because we are. We are because people before us, they raised the bar. I am both joy and pain. I am Malik Champlin. So, what I'm gonna start off with is with my story, right? So, before I get there, I want y'all gonna do a chant with me, right? I want you to say dream. Say dream. Dream. Chasing. Okay, good. So say it again. Say dream. 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 Chasing. So you guys are going to say dream 3 times, and I'm going to say chasing, right? So it's going to go like this. Dream. 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 Chasing. Now check it. My mom had me 17 out running the streets, had to hold me close because we couldn't afford the heat. My real father didn't want me, said he ain't going to take it. Even family turned their back like we ain't going to make it. My mom always loved me. My daddy hit and ran. I looked in the mirror. I couldn't understand. I was just a boy, yeah, trying to be a man. I was just a boy, but I had to help feed the family. Bars. This is a picture of me, my mom, and my brother back in 1987 in Brooklyn, right? In Brooklyn, New York. And I remind myself of this picture, and I love presenting this picture because my mom had me at 16. Back then, back in 85 when I was born, she told me that people want her to have an abortion. Back then, she couldn't finish school. So my understanding of who I am started at that moment because my father ran out. But instead of having that abortion, my mom kept me. My mom loved me. My mom got kicked out the house, and we had to make it happen. So you had to understand, earlier today, I was talking to a couple of y'all, and I started asking you, what is your why, right? And my why starts off very simple. My why is the fact that my mom believed in me before anybody else did. And there's people in here, there's you right now who have somebody in your life, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your parents, somebody that cares about you more than you care about yourself. So when you think about why you need to succeed in life, what it is that needs to be driving you, what is it that your purpose is, your why, the reason why you cannot fail, why you have to succeed. For me, it was my mother because I had to pay her dividends. You see, I was born, right, with apraxia, which meaning that I couldn't really formulate the words verbally that I had in my mind. My mind and my mouth was playing tricks on me. So I didn't say my first word till I was 4 years old. Then I spoke with a stutter for about 10, 12 more years. I still have it now, but I've worked on it so well that it's hard at times for people to know. But the reason I say that again is because back then they put me in special ed classes. Back then is when people told me, right, college wasn't for me, that I wasn't going to be somebody who's going to be successful. So I want you to repeat after me because there's four stages when someone's trying to stop you from succeeding, right? First, they ignore you. So say they ignore you. Say it one more time. They ignore you. The second one is they laugh at you. So say they laugh at you. All right. The third one is they fight you. Say they fight you. The last one is say you win. Say I win. Good. So we're going to repeat after me. Say they ignored me. They laughed at me. They fought me. I won. They ignored me. They laughed at me. They fought me. I won. That's what happens. Because when my guidance counselor was telling me, right, that I needed to find a job doing security at the local casino, right, to do something else besides furthering my education, that I need to learn how to work with my hands versus working with my mind, that person was ignoring my talent. The same way that those of you in this room right now, you guys, I'm in a room full of geniuses right now. You guys are uniquely designed within your DNA, the fabric of who you are, right? To be successful, to be special, to do something phenomenal in your own lane. God uniquely designed you to do something in this world where you're going to leave a mark. But the question you have to ask yourself right now is, are you living a life for leisure, for laziness, for comfort, or are you living a life for legacy? Right? Are you living a life for legacy, to leave your mark on this world? Because if I ask you a question like, who are the famous Bahamians that I need to know, and I was talking to a smaller group, and they were telling me all these athletes. They were telling me a couple of other people, and I said, that's great. But when I come back here in 10 years, whose name here am I going to say? Whose name here is the next generation going to say? Right? A great theologian, Howard Thurman, said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is more people that come alive. My organization is called Passion, Hunger, Drive. The passion talks about what makes you come alive. The first thing is you have to figure out what it is, right, that you want to study, what it is that you want to dedicate your life to. Find that, and then fall in love with it, obsess over it, dive into it, make it your life's calling. And then the other thing we talked about earlier, someone talking about your friend group, then find people who are going to fan your fire. You're going to have some friends from location, some people you grew up with, some people that are related to you, or they're people that grew up in your neighborhood. Some of those people are not going to be people that are built for your future. Right? Right now, if you're here and you're trying to succeed, I'm in a room full of eagles, and you're going to find a bunch of pigeons out there as well. The idea is that you need to make sure that you're finding what makes you come alive, that fire in you, and then finding people who want to go and be winners like you, who want to go, who want to succeed, who are going to challenge you, who are going to sit there, right, and push you to be the best at the best level that you can be. Another thing, when I said about your greatness being in your DNA, right, is that I want you to remember who you are. The one thing that I got that's been beautiful since I've been here is that you guys are a proud people. You know your history. And when I came here, and I know I'm coming here from the United States, but the understanding is this: I want you to know that as soon as we got here, people said, well, how are you receiving the country? How has it been? And it's felt like home. You guys have felt like family. Why? Because we have a collective wholeness in the identity that we are black people, right? And that this understanding, this history within our DNA, that we come from kings and queens, that we come from, right, the fertilization of history, that we come from the original man. So understand that, right? Because when you go into a room, right, one of my favorite poets is Maya Angelou, and she says, whether it's here at your high school, when you go into your high school, or here at the university, or when you go into a boardroom or an operating room, or you go and you're overseas, wherever you're at, you might be one person. You might feel small because you are one person, but understand you represent 10,000 people, right? All the people who poured into you, all the people, right, who love you, all the people who cared about you, all the people who spoke life into you, you represent them. One of the last things I want to bring up is, what is greatness? Right? As a man, I want you to ask yourself, what is greatness? Right? Is it perfection? I would say no. Greatness is not perfection. Greatness is the idea that you can be imperfect. The fact that you fall, the fact that you fail, but the idea is that you keep giving up, that you keep getting up, that you don't quit, you don't stop. And to be great, that you cannot ask for permission. To be great, you cannot ask for permission. You have to take greatness. You have to make sure that you're not walking on eggshells, that you go out and you go get what's yours. Because the world is yours. You can have what you want, but you have to be able to dream bigger than the neighborhoods you live in, than what's outside your windows, than what's even in your schools. You have to be able to dream bigger. Because one of the best things that we have is the fact that this: a tree will always be a tree. A dog will always be a dog. But what makes us, what gives us the tactical advantage, what gives us the strength and power is our mind, the ability to have vision. This year is 2020, right? It's a year to have that clear vision of what you want to have, who you want to be, how you're going to get there, right? And then make that dream a reality. Because before you can ever achieve something, you have to see the invisible to do the impossible. This. Greatness, right? When I was about your age, someone asked me, do you want it easy or do you want it great? That was one of the best questions someone ever asked me, because I always ask myself when I'm struggling on something, do I want it easy or do I want it great? And if you want it great, understand that wide is the gate for easy and narrow is the path for success, for greatness, to do something. And there's a burden that comes with it, right? You can't party all the time. You can't make some of the dumb decisions. You got to focus on making better choices and doing what's best for you. Try not to become a man of success, but yet a man of value. See, you're going to get a lot of different men that you're going to see on TV with chains, with cars. A lot of different men that are gonna come and talk to you in different times, and they're gonna have on nice suits. But I'm gonna tell you this, it's not the brand of suit that the man is wearing. It's not the type of jewelry that he has. But like I said, it's not the brand of suit the man is wearing, it's the brand of man inside the suit. You gotta understand, what is it to be a man? You have to be meaningful, you have to be active, and you have to understand that you are absolutely necessary. Meaningful, active, and necessary. As a man, if you say something, you need to mean it. You need to have some integrity. Integrity means it's the distance between what you say you're gonna do and then what you actually do. Active, you need to be active in your family, an active participant, active in your community, active at your schools, active, right? And then necessary is that we need you in the homes. We need you. We need you because your presence, you, who you are, right, as a man, your presence is more important than anything you can provide as a present. Your presence, right? So just let's never forget that, okay? And lastly, do me a favor. I want everybody to stand up. Stand up. We're gonna finish like this. Let's stand up, let's stand up, let's stand up. Yeah, I know it's been a long day. That's all right. I know. So put your hands up, right? Keep them open. Keep them open. Yeah, I know. I get it. Keep your hands open. I want you to understand that divided we fall, right? United we stand. So make a fist and understand that we're stronger together, right? We're stronger together. So repeat after me. Say, my passion. Oh, we're going to get this popping. My passion. My passion. My hunger, my drive, my passion, my hunger, my drive. I am powerful. I am fearless. I am limitless. I am alive. I am here. I am king. I am king. I am king. You will see me. Woo. My passion. My hunger, my drive. All right, love y'all and God bless.
We're gonna give the Extraordinary Black Man Award to Malik Champlin. Thank you for the keynote speech. Oh, it's not over. I don't know where everybody's going. It's not over.